Hello and welcome. How have you been?
You know, I've been good. I've been better, actually.
What have you been doing? Whoa, what's going on? Tell me about it.
So I had to watch these episodes that weren't as good as I wanted them to be.
Not a whole lot happened.
No, not a whole lot at all, some would say. This is Dragonball Speak.
Take it away.
We are a weekly Dragon Ball Z show where we watch the episodes and then we review them on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. You can find us on all your favorite podcast services and YouTube as well. That's where we prefer you to go. And I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak.
Episode 138 closing in. Now tell me something.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the androids are closing in on Goku's location?
I really do. I really do.
Well, to me, they don't seem that close to me.
No, here's the thing. Is you can tell they're getting closer because they have a run-in with the cops. And Goku,
the law.
Yeah, when the law gets involved, then you better hide your Dragon Balls.
Closing in. Piccolo's a dick.
What's up with this? This seems very out of character.
He was very mean to Kami.
Yeah.
What did he say?
He said, "You're a little bitch. Let me fuse and let me get inside of you." Kami.
He said, he was like, "I would rather never have to see you again in my life.
Yeah.
Even I don't even want to look at you." Like just going on and on, roasting him.
Dude, what are you going off on? Like, this is your one chance and you're going to be a dick to him?
What I love here as well is that Kami is like, "Yeah, you're probably right. We probably should fuse." And he's like, because you've become like this crazy powerful blah 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 all on your own, and it's impressive. And it's like, flashback Raditz, he killed Raditz. But then it shows and he's like, every battle you've fought, you've won, and you've been becoming stronger. And then it shows him freaking dying to Nappa's blast.
And it's like
and it shows him fighting Frieza as if he won that fight,
which he didn't. Wasn't even there for the final piece of it. So Piccolo's being an asshole for no reason, and guess what? Kame says, "Nope, you're not gonna get me." And he makes a good point. He says, "We don't even know if these androids are we don't even know what they're doing. They haven't said they're here to destroy Earth. We're going off of Trunks' future, future, and him telling us what's going on. But as Kame points out, Trunks is wrong right now. Trunks has not been correct so far, and we don't. Maybe these androids are just trying to find a freaking car." And they're trying to get some ice cream or some new clothes. We know 60 wants to kill Goku, but we don't know what these other androids want to do.
From the brief glimpses that we've seen of Trunks' world.
Yeah, it's pretty destroyed.
Which, there's a movie, I think we can watch it now. It's called The History of Trunks. It's not even really a movie, it's like an extended episode.
It's one of the only good ones, isn't it? I feel like I've heard you say that a long
episode of Bardock, History of Trunks. That's pretty much it.
Garlic Jr. saves the day.
Yeah. Anyway, so they don't seem to be like as hellbent on just pure destruction. They're more focused on the Goku thing and yeah. And we didn't have 16 in the equation in Trunks' future, and now we've got another huge wrench in the gears, so to speak, towards the end of the next two episodes.
The next two, yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
These episodes were so good. I don't feel like
you just want to jump to the end of them. That's how good they are.
I'll admit, that at the very least for these 3 episodes, they were on the slower side, but I at least didn't feel like they were blatantly wasting my time, except for the whole biker gang thing.
Oh, I felt like I was getting my time wasted.
Really?
There's cool sequences in them,
in the 3rd episode, at least, everything, stuff was happening.
Yeah, I guess if you consider a bug pretty fucking cool.
I actually really like that part because it's kind of terrifying. Like, there's 2 time machines and we have no idea why.
Yeah, that's true. But it's just a bug. It's a little Triceratops. Gohan destroyed a T-Rex.
When you're editing, please throw up a little Triceratops on the screen when I do this.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. Do it one more time.
That's how I picture a baby Triceratops to sound. Continue.
So in this episode, the androids finally find a freaking car. Very sick. We've got some, some van drivers talking shit about some coffee.
We got some wheels, android.
Yeah. They get in the car and they're like, "Oh my god, this is awesome!" And then who do you think comes out of nowhere? What's your favorite group of villains in the show?
Biker gang.
The Australian biker gang. That's right, mate. Let's stop this van and take all that shit inside because we're a biker gang.
That is not an exaggeration of what they sound like. And
No.
they all almost certainly had the exact same voice actor.
Oh, 100%.
All 30 of them.
What do you think their goal is?
Well, it's a food truck. So maybe they're like, so
they
I
don't
was
have
going somewhere with it, but
So they don't have a goal. They just kind of see the van and then kick the side of it and they're like, stop. And then the androids, obviously, are like, no, we will not stop. So the next 20 minutes are them driving and Tokyo drifting all over the place, going through billboards like a freaking Jim Carrey movie, and it's bad.
why did Jim Carrey movie pop into your head?
I have no idea.
In what Jim Carrey movie? What is that? Like,
I'm
just
sure
over the
there's
top,
one.
I guess.
I'm thinking of like Mask, I think.
The Mask.
Just,
okay. Son of the Mask.
The ooh.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. All right.
And then the cops show up because I guess that's what they needed to do, and the biker gang disappears because they're scared of the cops. Not very biker gang, if you ask me.
I'm putting more work into this than you need to. Can you please put up, when I do that, the scene of the baby with the mask doing the "Hello, my baby"?
I think I may be on something for my kids. I don't know.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
Hello, my
No,
darling.
I'm not gonna do that.
It's probably on YouTube.com
Yeah, we'll see. Who knows?
/ the mask.
And so the cops show up and they try to stop the androids, and the androids beat the shit out of them. Actually, android 18 picks up the cop car and she's like, "I'm only gonna do this once," and then she throws the cop car at the mountain and it explodes. And
As
it's
if
like,
she could
no
do that
shit.
more than once.
Yeah. I thought she was gonna lift it to show how strong she was, but no, she's gonna do something she can only literally do once. The cops get scared, they run away. And then I wrote, "Is this a filler episode?" And that's my last note. Is this a filler episode?
I guess I haven't looked it up,
It's gotta be.
but no, I don't think it's a filler episode.
Baloney.
Well, because of the Piccolo stuff and because of them
It's
deciding
gotta
they're
be
gonna
filler that Piccolo's a dick.
Dragon Ball Z filler list.
Why are you looking
Well,
that
that
up?
could just be a mistranslation.
I gave this episode a 2 out of 7 stars because I didn't have a good time.
I gave it a 4. I thought it was average.
Wow.
I mean, I guess
You
in
think
hindsight,
it's as good as you think it's as good as? Let me see my last 4. As Follow Dr. Giro?
no.
Okay, then. So you're wrong. You're a big baby and you're wrong.
I don't know what happened there. Episode 138, 138,
Filler.
138. Not filler. We don't have other. We don't have any.
Freaking
We don't have
lonely.
any more objective filler
Baloney.
until episode 170.
Baloney. Because spoilers, the next episode is filler too. In my opinion, it feels like it at least. The next, what'd you give this? You gave it 4. You said yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had a little more. I mean, we had Vegeta. He apparently did not get humbled. No
Yeah,
humble
no,
pie.
he's already back.
He's back on his bowl.
He's screaming.
He's
at
back
the
on his
sky.
bowl spit.
Mm.
He's like,
I don't even know what that means. Oh, you're trying to say, bull spit. Yeah. He's back on his bull spit.
yeah. And he's just like, I'm the strongest. I'll show these androids. I'll show them. I swear.
I'm the sun prince
I'm
of
gonna
the
show
Saiyan
them.
race.
I'm gonna show them.
I'm looking at you, Sky. And he's just staring at the sky and screaming and
No, Emo Vegeta is next episode.
shit. Oh, that's true. Yeah, this episode was pretty whack.
They are gonna move Goku. They didn't yet.
They didn't yet.
Trunks was kind of a little bit of a little dingy.
I don't even know what he did in this episode.
Krillin and Trunks land at Goku's house to get Goku and Yamcha, and they start packing up and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Krillin is like, "Oh, Trunks, do you think?"
That was such a good Krillin. Keep going. No, keep going.
Oh no, that's it. That's all you're gonna get.
That was such a spot on Trunks impression that.
No, that was supposed to be
Or
Krillin.
Krillin, that was very good. Okay, so they go to the
Anyways,
house and
Krillin's like, do you think that they're gonna be like, do you really mean it when you say they're evil? And Trunks is kind of like, yeah, I've said it like 50 times. at this
Krillin
point."
has a flashback to when he gets kissed, and he's like, she can't possibly be evil. She kissed me on the cheek. Just a kiss.
She made it feel like my.
What is going on today? This is what happens when you give us bad episodes. We have to fill in the blanks.
I was gonna say, you make it feel like my pee-pee had an electric lightning bolt.
What are you talking about?
She made it feel like my pee-pee had an electric lightning bolt. Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen.
So Brandon watched a different episode than me. I think he found his on a subreddit called Rule 34 or something. Cause I didn't.
Oh boy. Oh man. He just.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he remembered that kiss. He remembers it. That's the 30th time he thought about it.
Yeah. So let's move on to episode 139, Unwelcome Discovery. The Unwelcome Discovery is, we're going to find that out later. So this episode starts off with them eating some ramen.
I think you mean guzzling.
Guzzling some ramen. And Chaozu's watching. He's like, oh my God, they love this ramen that I cooked for them. And then Oolong's like, this might be the best soup I've ever had. Please tell me there's some more where this came from. And his accent's a little off in this episode. He was saying things like, I don't even know. Instead of like, have, he was like, hey off. And very sexual, very, which I understand, you know, when you have good ramen or good food in general, it's hard to, you know, not release those sexual feelings.
Yes.
And we know Oolong's a very sexual being who, you know. Episode 139, Unwelcome Discovery. They have their soup, then they're on the ship, and it turns out that there is some time travel and stuff going on, and that is that Trunks is like, let me go back in time.
Oh, this is the we'll go ahead. This is the explanation.
Yeah, Trunks is like, let me go back in time, and I will stop the robots from ever coming to life. And then that's when they're like, no, you can't do that because that's only going to affect that timeline, not this timeline where they're already alive. So now we're getting into some Avengers Endgame territory, where it's not one big timeline that is affected by every decision. It's every decision you make splits off into its own little timeline. So they kind of can't do anything about their current situation except move forward into the future and fix the problem before them.
Which begged the question, why would Trunks even come back to begin with?
Exactly.
Which Yamcha asked, and Trunks answered with, well, first off, my mom sent me because she wanted me to help you guys because she wanted there to be a good version of the world. Secondly, I want to learn how to kill these androids so I can go back to my own time and end their reign of terror.
Yeah, and
Chi-Chi's like, thanks.
Yeah, and so they move Goku onto a ship. Is that this episode?
Oh, that already happened.
That already happened. So they're on ship and they're flying with Goku's body on a thing because they're like, we got to get him to the androids, or we got to get him away because they're coming for him. Bulma calls and she's like, holy shit. Do you guys know what I have a picture of?
Ooh. Before you spoil it, you're missing something. The most brutal sequence, way more brutal than necessary sequence that we've gotten in this show so far.
Oh, the nightmare.
The nightmare. Freaking Goku's having a nightmare. He's basically watching all of his family and friends die.
He's seeing
these
the androids that he's already seen before.
Negative. He's never seen them. And freaking Chi-Chi.
Their neck
Chi-Chi gets her neck freaking brutally snapped that way, backwards. And then Trunks gets his own sword. He gets deeply penetrated he penetrates himself.
Yeah.
For lack of better phrasing.
Demon Souls Penetrator style. And then Gohan dies and Krillin dies and these androids that Goku's so scared of because he's seen them before.
A surprising cameo by Evanescence.
Oh, yeah.
And it starts playing, Wake me up inside.
Wake me up inside.
Save me. Goku, you gotta wake up and fight that virus today.
No. Little harmony at the end there. Pretty cool.
Nailed that. At Evanescence, hire us.
Yes, please.
For I don't know what for, but just do it.
To replace them.
Yeah.
And so then Goku wakes up and he's like, oh my gosh. That was scary. And they're like, "What's up?" And then he goes back to sleep.
They
And
give
they're
him
like,
more
"Look at him.
medicine,
He's
yeah.
fighting. He's fighting even in his sleep. What a legend." And then that's the last note I took. So I guess that's the end of the episode.
Well, now we get the
Bulma
call from
calls and
Bulma.
she's like, "You guys are not gonna believe what I found. It's a picture. Some dude was like, 'Yo, look what I found. It's capsule core. I think it's yours.'" And then it turns out it's a time travel machine that's from a long time ago. It looks like, because it's covered in ivy and vines and shit. And then Trunks is like, "That's not freaking possible. I got my capsule core in my little container thing still, so it's definitely not mine." And they're like, "Oh my god, what is it?" And then the narrator says, "What could it be? Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z." And that's the end of that episode.
It seems that it didn't tickle your fancy,
No.
but I freaking love this mystery. I think it's freaking really cool.
Well, you might know what's coming. Right now, for me, it's just a bug.
Okay, but like it's really cool. It's like Trunks has his time machine on him, and now here's this old decrepit time machine, and we don't know where it came from. So like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, that's fair. But right now, I'm like wondering, are we going into another arc? And we haven't even finished the Android arc?
Yeah. So we started with 19 and 20 as the villains.
Yeah.
Those were the villains of the arc, or so we thought. Then it turned out to be 17, 18, and 16, and
Now we've got a cicada.
they might be hinting towards a.
Triceratops.
They said cicada. I always thought it was cicada.
I thought it was too. In fact, I was going to write down the note cicada to like mention it during our show, but then I was like, I don't know how to say it on the air, so I'm not going to. And then they said cicada, so I was like, okay. That's the end of that episode. I gave it a 3 out of 7 stars.
I give it another 4. For me, 4 is average. I know there's like we don't have an average.
Yeah, 3
But I was just
is,
like, man, it's pretty good.
3 to 4 is my average. It's just a bad average, or not as great average as a 3, and like a better average is a 4 for me.
Hey, I can rock with it.
Lean with it, rock with it. Episode 40, Seized with Fear.
140.
140. This is 23 episodes into the Android saga. So we start off with Bulma's
How
mom.
many?
23.
That doesn't sound right.
If you count the end of, I'm going end of Garlic Jr. saga.
What is it? What was episode 1 of End of Garlic Jr. Saga?
Episode 118, Frieza's counterattack. Because the one before that is Krillin's
Yeah.
proposal. When
Yeah.
when we find out the age-old lesson, if she can't love you for who you are, get her a big pearl.
It's crazy that it's been that long.
Yeah, I agree.
So
So Bulma's mom's feeding some birds and her accent's gone, but then it comes back and Bulma's like, "I'm gonna go," and she's like, "Can you watch Baby
Give me your
Trunks?"
best Mrs. Briefs.
Oh yeah, I gotta get coffee and a bagel for my birds.
Not
I gotta get a bagel. I gotta get a coffee.
Couple octaves.
I gotta feed the birds, and then you gotta take that and you bring it up. So.
That's more like
Oh yeah, I gotta get a bagel. I gotta get a coffee. Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron.
oh whoa.
Jimmy.
That is okay. Getting there.
What, Jimmy? Oh, I love that big hair, Jimmy.
Wait, do the commie. Go ahead and do your commie that you were doing.
Oh. Oh. Mr. Popo. Oh.
That's it.
I can't remember any words.
Commie, it's too big.
This is either our worst or our best episode to date.
That was way too good too.
Let's knock this out in 6 minutes.
Okay.
We're getting a recap of an episode
What
we saw
sucks is that
6
this is the
weeks
most
ago.
important. Okay, well, yeah, go ahead.
So we're getting a recap of the episode we saw 6 weeks ago about the androids, and Trunks is like, you know what? I think I could have found a way to stop them if my dad hadn't blown up the facility while Dr. Gero was trying to find a way to stop them. And they're like, okay. And then we fly over some Pokemans. We got a little Bulbasaur, we got a little Oddish, a little Rattata. And then we got this scene where they find this teleporter, or this time travel machine, and they prove that it's one from years ago, because it's the same exact one that Trunks flew in to get here in the first place, because it has the word hope written on it by Bulma, which is what Bulma wrote on it for her son when he decided to leave all those years ago. Now he's like, well, I don't know what to do. These are 2 time travel machines. So they go up into the old one, and inside is this weird looking purple egg that looks like some Tupperware from an alien planet. They grab it and they're like, it must be an egg. And they're like, okay. And Gohan's like, let me go look around and see what we have maybe coming from this egg. So they go over this cliff and they see this giant shell of a monster cicada thing. And Gohan's like, oh my gosh. And then they go over and they look and they're like, oh my goodness. Bulma loses her mind. She hates it. She hates this disgusting looking bird bug thing. So she gets back in the time travel machine. She gets back in the flying machine and flies away. And then they're like going to fake us out. Like, oh, maybe this thing is watching us from the shadows over here. But nope, it's just some more Bulbasaurs. And then that's what happens. We don't know what this is. It looks like something came out of its shell. Molted is what it's called. It molted. It molted out of its shell, and now we've got left. And it could be the big bad villain because they fly away, and then we go over back to Kami's place, and Kami's like, Piccolo, I want to so deeply be inside of you, but I can't right now, and that's because I think there's a bigger threat coming. There's this ghastly creature that's 100 times more lethal than these androids, and we need to wait until then to beat them. So Piccolo's like, okay, and then Kami's like, you need to figure out a way to kill these androids and then come back to me and I will get deep inside of you, because right now I can't do that because we got to wait until this little monster shows up that's 100 times more lethal than these androids. Fat chance. I don't get it. I don't see how it's happening. And I have no idea what this is supposed to be. I'm assuming it's going to be a dinosaur, but I'm not sure. And that's what happens in this episode.
One thing, yeah, Trunks looked and it came 4 years ago, so 1 year before he first came and killed Frieza.
In the same time travel machine. So how does that happen? How does that work? We don't know. We got some weird timeline stuff going on.
I hate time travel.
Yeah. It is it's interesting that time travel as like a trope has been around this long. I mean, it's been around for way longer than that, but like to see it in something so mainstream.
Pretty sure Back to the Future came out before Dragon Ball Z.
They do say Back to the Future too, so it's probably a reference.
I'm going back to the future, Father.
Father, I'm going back to the future where you loved me.
Father, why are you so mean to me?
Father, please stop hitting me.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
What'd
I
you
gave
give
this episode a 3 out of 7.
I gave it I actually didn't write it, but I had another 4. Just all 4s.
Wow.
Three. It's a 3 fair.
Yeah, maybe this one will be, I mean, maybe it'll turn out to be something better, but right now I'm just kind of like, okay, so we're just going to jump into a new villain instead of figuring out the stuff with the androids.
What do you think's gonna? Yeah, where do you think this is going? Then,
I think it's going to be just a big ass dinosaur. Or like a bug. I don't freaking know. It looks like a little bug. Like it's just a big triceratops bug.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Boys and girls and everyone else around the world, we are the Powerpuff Girls. Here we go.
Dragon Ball Speak 42. Here we go.
Dragon Ball's in my face.